I noticed something. Misinformation about free markets spreads in communities. They believe that pie prices should be freely priced in the ecosystem and call it a free market with the aim of destroying the ecosystem. Have accurate information. And it's very important not to be misled by intentional lies. The term free market means that prices are determined by supply and demand, an economic system free from government or other external intervention. However, this does not mean that the market should be chaotic or disorderly. The free market is an unregulated system of economic exchange, taxation, quality control, quotas, tariffs, and government. Other forms of centralized economic intervention are either non-existent or minimal, since the free market represents a benchmark, but it doesn't actually exist. Modern society can only approach or approximate the ideal of effective quotas, and they can be described on a regulatory scale from low to high. Now let's discuss what is currency risk. Currency risk or exchange rate risk refers to investors operating across borders or changes in the value of a company due to the relative value of one currency to another. Risk of unpredictable gains or losses. Based on the above, I have made a summary. As far as I understand, the free market does not necessarily mean the price of pie. Free listing in the ecosystem. Although from last year to July, the ecosystem may start with different prices, but this price difference should not last long. If so, it could deter investors from investing. The ecosystem will not mature either, and the conditions will never be met. Under free pie price market, all investors not only convert into fiat currency without and suffered a cash flow loss, and it also faces significant currency risks. This will prevent big companies from joining. As a former certified public accountant, if I were the company's CFO or CFO, it is not recommended that companies invest in such a large risk. I'm not sure why GCV is valued at $314,159. Conducted multiple analyses. The reason is that the supply of before will not reach 100 billion. Instead, we should use the pie currently available for 850 million. We expect the available pie to increase to 1.50 billion when launches. Global wealth will reportedly reach $500 trillion. Pi differs from fiat currency in that it cannot be issued additionally. Pi should be considered a long-term currency, can last for hundreds of years without issuing more currency, unless there is deflation. Due to the high demand it receives, it has the potential to become a world currency capable of addressing various world trade needs. We've seen this happen before. Even after more than a year, the ecosystem still cannot move forward because it will never mature. The price is different. Many pioneers destroyed ecosystems through low prices. Millions of records set in over a year. This is why we cannot progress. Some people say that GCV is destroying the ecosystem, but I would like to ask these pioneers to read the blockchain record carefully. 90% of the data shows the sale or barter of Pi. If CT is satisfied with the price, why not continue with So who delayed the process of Why have they accelerated the migration and KYC process in recent months? Because after our 3 months of intensive GCV promotion, blockchain records have improved. This is especially true for Pi, which is not yet available on It is important to note that a free market does not mean chaos and disorder. In fact, the traditional free market, it just means less government regulation. For example, tariffs, taxes, and quality control. In fact, we don't have a 100% free market. All businesses must abide by economic market rules. Even in a 100% free market, a stable currency is still necessary. For example, if you go to a tax-free paradise like the Cayman Islands, it's almost a duty-free market there, but not any other free market. You must settle all transactions in US dollars. They will not accept hundreds of currencies. It is not even allowed to settle in a second currency. Why is that? Because different currencies will disrupt all business there. and it will scare all investors away. The same is true today in the Pi ecosystem. The reason why the Cayman Islands does not accept hundreds of currencies, it is not even allowed to settle in a second currency, because it would mess up all the business there and potentially drive away investors. This is because different currencies create a lot of differences and confusion. Ultimately, it is difficult to conduct business in a streamlined and efficient manner. The same principle applies to today's Pi ecosystem. Have a stable and consistent currency. It is essential for the proper functioning of the ecosystem and for attracting investors. Pi price fluctuations can cause discrepancies and discourage investors from investing. Therefore, a stable and consistent price of Pi is established in the ecosystem. It is essential to ensure its growth and success. Let's work together to maintain the integrity of the Pi ecosystem and ensure that accurate information is shared with all members of the community. Doris Yin